I've converted hundreds of sellers from cash offers to listings. Here's my A to Z in terms of what you can do to exactly follow my process. Let's start from the very beginning. Now, what's the most important thing? Lead comes in, what do we do first? We gotta call them, right? Disregard the address, disregard their name. First and foremost, just pick up the phone. If you're not even getting voice to voice with them, nothing else in the process matters. While you are dialing them, that point is when you start to look up their information. What city do they live in? What's their name? Finding out property-specific details on Google, again, while you're actively dialing them. Next, as you're dialing, hopefully they answer. If they don't answer, that's fine. Double dial, text them. Now let's just assume that they do answer the phone when you call them the first time. My personal script that I love to use is, "Hey Susie, it's Austin Hellix, and how's it going?" Right? Just say your name, say their name, and act as if you're already friends. If you're acting as if you're already friends, the barrier of resistance from their standpoint is gonna drop dramatically. Next, I saw you reached out for a cash offer on your place here in the city name, right? So number one, seller name. 2, here in X city. When you say here in the city, what's gonna happen is they're gonna believe and truly, you're gonna convey the point across that you are a local agent. And this is, again, down the road, gonna help you overcome and avoid many different objections. I saw you're looking for a cash offer on your place here in Seattle. How soon were you hoping to sell? Very self-explanatory. My very next question, how soon do you need to sell? They're gonna say as soon as possible, 6 to 12 months, 12 plus months. Whatever it is, great. You don't care. Again, they're reaching out for a cash offer for a reason. They have some sort of motivation behind reaching out. Once they say, whatever time, again, most of the time I'm getting is between 1 to 6 months. Some people say as quickly as possible. When they say anything under 6 months, I personally like to say, oh wow, why so soon, right? As you identify how soon they want to sell, you can dive into the motivation. So, why so soon? And then the motivation. When you find out their motivation, again, eliminating future potential objections, you're going to be diving in deeper to help them get to the next place that they need to get to. You need to help these people in their own specific situations. You cannot have any other ulterior motive besides helping them. The method in which you help them can very much vary person to person, situation to situation, but you need to put their best interest at heart first. Now, they're looking to sell as quickly as possible, and their motivation is, I'm getting a divorce, so I need to downsize and I need to sell my place. Fantastic. Now, what I want to do is, again, set proper expectations. So what does that look like? The next thing I'm going to say is, full transparency. I'm a real estate agent as well as investor. So, investor and agent. Let's start setting the expectations of who I am, what I do, why I do it. Full transparency. I own the Hellixon team. I have cash offer clients in place specifically, or let me back up. I have this cash offer program in place specifically because I'm trying to find things for my clients to buy. Sometimes they do offer up to market value depending on the home. Every single one of us has clients who are willing to offer up to market value depending on the home, depending on the condition, depending on the location. Really, there's lots of different finite things. If you truly don't believe you have anybody, reach out to me. I have dozens and dozens of institutional clients and investors that you can work with for your sellers. Next, also, of course, I do list homes the traditional way. And then state your evidence of success. That's going to vary for every single person. Mine, I've sold over 250 homes in the past 3 years. Say something that's powerful, that shows authority, and most importantly, is truthful. right? Do not lie to people no matter what you do. So again, back to this section of the script. So full transparency, I'm a real estate broker as well as investor. So I have this cash offer program in place specifically because I'm trying to find things for my clients to buy. Sometimes they do offer up to market value just depending on the home. I mean, of course, yes, I do list homes the traditional way. I've actually sold over 250 homes in the past 3 years. Now, I like to call this the magic question. So I've now stated my authority. I've told them who I am, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how I can be the best resource for them. So you got the magic question coming up. And it's just a very simple alternative choice close. This is where you really find out why they're doing what they're doing. Why are they reaching out for a cash offer? So again, in the situation that we're talking about, we have as soon as possible, and I'm getting a divorce. Now, as I ask this question, Susie, are you looking for quick cash or the most for your home? Are you looking for quick cash or the most for your home? That's my magic question. And Susie's going to answer this in one of two ways. The quickest cash or the most for her home. Sometimes they'll make a joke and say both, right? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say they want the most for their home. They're reaching out for a cash offer because they want it done quickly. And cash offers, cash is king. Cash is quick. So what I'll tell Susie in this situation is, I don't blame you, right? Especially given the circumstances, you need to have as much money at the end of the day so you can be on your merry way. That said, after everything's all said and done, you're going to net more money by getting it listed and sold than you would any other way. But if you're open to it, I'd love to at least see your place, smell it, give you an idea of truthfully what's it worth and how much we realistically could get it listed and sold for. Now, I know that's a mouthful that I just said, but again, I'm relating that question I just asked her, the quick cash or the most for her home, back to her situation, right? Truth be told, I think everyone here knows you're going to make more money by getting it on the market compared to any other way. So let them know that. Set the expectation up front that you are going to be coming to list their home rather than to just present cash offers. I don't want to go into that house with them thinking it's a bait and switch. I want to set proper expectations up front that, cash offers are great, don't get me wrong, but after everything's all said and done, you're going to walk away with more cash in your pocket on than you would off of the market. Now, my close. I've explained at this point why the cash offer is not the best option compared to the listing route. So step 8 is to close. And this is when you need to ask and to say your alternative choice close. So on that note, Susie, would an afternoon or an evening be better for us to meet? Would an afternoon or an evening be better for us to meet? Very simple. I don't care if it's the evening. I don't care if it's the afternoon, but what I'm doing is I'm giving Susie the opportunity to be put into a place of authority. Now Susie's saying, I want to meet in the afternoon or I want to meet in the evening. She feels like she has control. Now that we're in the afternoon, great. Would Thursday at 3 or Friday at 3:30 be better for you to meet? I'm giving her 2 times in the afternoons, and either one works for me. I'm happy with either one. I'm giving her 2 different days, and she gets that chance to pick which one works best for her. Again, putting the client's needs ahead of yours. Friday at 3:30 works perfectly. Awesome. Now, end with setting expectations. So we got number 9, set expectations. Now, what does that look like? Awesome. Susie, look forward to meeting you Friday at 3:30 and then I pause. Look forward to meeting you Friday at 3:30 and helping to get your place listed and sold. But I'll talk to you soon. So I do a couple things there on that last line. I'm pausing before I say get it listed and sold, and after that. As I break it up, they're going to focus more and understand that point a lot better. When I do that, what are they going to remember? Friday at 3:30, listed and sold. I'm not ending by saying, hey, I'm going to bring you a cash offer. I'm not ending saying I'll bring you the cash offer and listing it. I'm setting the expectation that when I come over Friday at 3:30, I'm gonna help Susie get her home listed and sold. That's what I want her to remember. If you do not set that expectation, if you do not make that clear to the sellers up front, there's gonna be confusion, there's gonna be frustration, and they are not going to be happy. I've been on hundreds, if not thousands, over 1,000 seller cash offer specific listing appointments at this point. The number one thing I can recommend anyone is set proper expectations. Once proper expectations are set, the clients are gonna be happy, listings will cancel at a less rate, and you'll be sailing to the finish line. But if you don't set expectations properly, sellers will be upset and they're gonna get frustrated in the process. So, very simple, quick recap. Number one, when you're on the phone call, seller's name first and then you say your name. Susie Austin Hellickson here, how's it going? Number two, I'm gonna mention my city and the city that the seller lives in. I saw you were looking for a cash offer on your place here in Seattle. And then, it's very simple, how soon do you want to sell? How soon were you hoping to sell? They're gonna give you their time frame and ask more find out questions to understand best where they're coming from. Ask them, why do you want to sell? Why were you hoping to sell in the first place? Why so soon? Right? Why did they say that specific time frame? Why are they looking within the next year? Why are they looking within the next 3 months specifically? When you best understand their situation, you can best serve them. Find out their motivation. Understand why they're moving. Make sure that they know you are both an investor as well as a real estate agent. Set that expectation. Do not mislead people nor misguide people. Ask them the magic question after you say your evidence of success. Now, what's that magic question again? Are you looking for quick cash or the most for your home? Are you looking for quick cash or the most for your home? And close. Would an afternoon or an evening be better to meet? It's very simple. It's not high pressure, but what's great about the alternative choice close is, again, it puts them in the driver's seat, but rather than just saying, hey, can I swing by? You're assuming the sale. You're assuming that they want you to come over because you are the solution maker. Remember that. You are the one bringing the solution. And set proper expectations at the very end. Making sure that the client knows after everything's all said and done, you are there to help them get their home listed and sold, not just take a cash offer. That said, guys, subscribe, follow for more. Hopefully we'll be putting out more content regularly. That said, thank you guys for watching.